Just 2 days ago, the Vatican released a globally watched piece of news: the current Pope has officially passed away. This white-robed elder, who had repeatedly made international headlines, was not only the spiritual leader of over 1 billion Catholics worldwide, but was also often seen as God's representative on earth. All of a sudden, news media were filled with extensive retrospectives of his life, thoughts, diplomatic footprint, and even images of him smiling while feeding pigeons were repeatedly broadcast. However, amidst this wave of mourning, almost no one mentioned another name, a figure often seen as on par with the Pope, or even holding higher power in the eyes of some: the Black Pope. Don't get me wrong, this black doesn't mean he comes from some cult, nor is it a racial or skin color label. Instead, it signifies that he always stays hidden behind the spotlight. A mysterious figure who controls everything and orchestrates global resources, a man in the shadows. He neither presides over mass nor appears for interviews, but according to many scholars, historical researchers, and even some former Vatican insiders, he might be the true core controller of the Vatican. This is a power dossier spanning 500 years, connecting politics, finance, religion, and war. Today, using the opportune moment of the White Pope's death and the ensuing public discussion, we turn the spotlight towards another figure, more mysterious and more unsettling: the Black Pope. The story begins here. When we usually hear the word Pope, who comes to mind? Perhaps the first image is that white, robed figure residing in the Vatican, revered as the Holy Father by over 1 billion Catholics worldwide, the White Pope. But have you ever heard that besides the White Pope, there is actually a Black Pope who is almost never seen in the public eye? According to legend, he is a real person with astonishing power, the Superior General of the Society of Jesus. And how immense is the power of this title? Some researchers even state frankly that this person is the true unseen hand that can influence global affairs. This entire astonishing narrative comes from Eric John Phelps, the author of Vatican Assassins. He presents an explosive account spanning 5 centuries and involving countless historical events. Behind the scenes of major conspiracies, widely discussed by global conspiracy theorists, there has always been a key figure hidden even deeper: the Superior General of this mysterious organization, who is the so-called Black Pope. So first we need to understand how the term Black Pope came about. It has absolutely nothing to do with skin color or race, nor does it mean he's a mafia godfather. Black here represents mystery, being unknown to outsiders. Compared to the White Pope, who appears daily in mass media presiding over religious activities and meeting foreign heads of state, the Black Pope almost never shows himself publicly. Yet he is the behind-the-scenes helmsman who controls the entire mysterious organization and even the direction of internal Vatican policies. In other words, the White Pope is the public face, and the Black Pope is the hidden side. One is responsible for external evangelization, charity, and rituals, while the other is responsible for strategy, manipulation, and intelligence. The official title of the Black Pope is the Superior General of the Society of Jesus. This is not a symbolic position, but a lifelong dictator who holds real power and absolute control over the global members of this mysterious organization. Phelps reveals that the permanent headquarters of the Society of Jesus in Rome is at the Church of the Jess. This location, not far from the Vatican, is referred to as the true core of power. And his command structure is no longer a simple network of monasteries. This mysterious organization is divided into 83 provinces worldwide, each with a provincial who reports directly to the Superior General. According to Phelps, these provincials cover all major countries and regions, including the United States, which alone has 10 provinces. Central America has 1, Ireland has 1. The entire world is within this mysterious organizational network. Under this system, the Superior General's command is divine decree. He is not a minister under the Pope, but completely parallel, and in a sense, even superior to the Pope. Phelps directly points out that the Black Pope is the dictator of this mysterious organization, and any order issued is immediately carried out by all provincials. So the question arises, does even the Catholic Pope have to listen to him? On the surface structure, of course, the Pope is the supreme pontiff. But in the eyes of Phelps and others, this division of labor is just part of the power game. The white pope is the frontman, while the black pope holds the real power. This shadow bishop model doesn't just affect the religious sphere, it infiltrates all aspects of global politics, finance, intelligence, and security. You might ask here, since this person is so important, why have I never heard his name in the news? This is exactly the core point that Phelps repeatedly emphasizes. The Black Pope is the most crucial, yet most mysterious link in the entire global power structure. Even many veteran researchers of conspiracy theories haven't delved deeply enough to understand this layer. It is precisely because of its extreme secrecy that it has become the connecting point that links financial elites, religious power, intelligence networks, and even assassination operations. Phelps even states that if you want to truly understand the nature of the New World Order, just studying the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderberg Group, or the Trilateral Commission is far from enough. The Black Pope element is the true central axis that makes the entire system function. If you've read Vatican Assassins, you'd have to pick your jaw up off the floor, because the book reinterprets major global historical events of the past 500 years, completely subverting the official versions we learned in school textbooks. And even more importantly, none of this is baseless fabrication. Many clues, historical facts, archives, and books can be verified, including many mainstream publications and early internal church documents. It is precisely because of this, the book is considered unlikely to be a bestseller, as its content is too sensitive and inconvenient for mainstream media to widely disseminate. When we think of the global power core, we often imagine international banks, military industrial complexes, shadow governments, or even satanic cults. But Phelps urges people to see a deeper, more hidden layer. He says the superior general of this mysterious organization, this Black Pope, is the true orchestrator hiding behind it all. Next, we will gradually reveal how this Black Pope was forged, what kind of organization he controls, and how they step by step transformed from a religious order into the core of a global political force. To understand the origins of the Black Pope role, we first need to talk about the organization behind him. Today, this mysterious organization is a vast global network, controlling not only seminaries, universities, parishes, and intelligence systems, but is even called the Vatican's military nerve center. However, its initial birth is inextricably linked to the transformation of a wounded Spanish soldier. The founder of this mysterious organization was Ignatius of Loyola. He was born into a noble family in the Basque country of Spain, originally a noble soldier dreaming of glory in battlefields. But in 1521, he was severely injured in a battle with the French, suffering a compound fracture of his right leg, and his life changed irrevocably. He initially planned to return to battle after recovering, but unexpectedly his injury was too severe, forcing him to be bedridden for a long time. In his suffering, he began reading some religious books about Christ and the saints. You should note that this doesn't mean he loved religion. He was simply very bored, and these were the only books available. But it was this forced exposure to faith that gradually shifted Ignatius's spirit. He began deep introspection and, through long periods of meditation and asceticism,